Hello. Actually, let me make sure this is on. Okay, yeah, it's on. Anyway, hi. So, we are. Well, we were gonna meditate. We were gonna do a couple of things after making it to the spot because we went on a walk. I would call it a nature walk because we took a lot of nature pictures on the way, but that is not what this is. And we will not be meditating because there's too much nature. Yeah, there's like these little animals. They are, natural to the earth, so I can't really do anything about it. But some grass is better than others when it comes to sitting in nature and being someone that has, dwelled in grass and has like had different ideas of different grasses. I never thought that I would be the type of person to have an opinion about different types of grasses, but that is quite literally who I am. Like, I have opinions about a lot of things. And so, yeah, the grass is really nice. It's beautiful, actually. I think it's really pretty. It's got these little white flowers in them. You see them all the time, like the little tiny ones. But if you ever take the time to look at them, they're actually really beautiful. And bees pollinate in them, and I like to watch them do that. And yeah, but like this grass is beautiful, but there's too many creatures trying to be one with my energy right now. But they've calmed down since turning on the camera, and it is getting a little bit windier. But we'll see how that goes. If you can see my underwear, I'm just gonna point it out. But I don't think you can actually. So there's that. And don't try to look, because I really don't think you can see it. But I wasn't sure if you could or not because I don't sit like a lady. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Is there a purpose to this video? Is there ever really? Sometimes there is. But I haven't made a video today where I was just talking, so I'm glad that there is no real reason for this video. Um, yeah, I like this dress. It has a little belt. So cute. I'm so happy about it. It encourages me to sit up because the belt is not like on my belly or anything like that. It's like my, like that. You know what I mean? And so it's encouraging me not to slouch. And I was watching a tarot card reading, and they were specifically like, it was a bug. Um, they were specifically like, and you need to work on your posture, and if you haven't been working on your postures, this is specifically for you. All the monks, while they were telling me about myself and like things like that, and I'm just like, because my posture is naturally really good. It always has been. I'm really balanced. So I I stopped trying to put extra work into my posture because I'm able to live my life to the fullest without worrying about my posture. But at the same time, and people say that my posture is really good, but I recognize definitely where it could be better. Like, I don't know how people want you to sit, but like, I like to be comfortable. So instead of slouching, I kind of like accordion a little bit, but like my core is still strong. So it's like, I don't know, I'm getting the utmost out of life, but it doesn't hurt to always try to self improve yourself where you know that it could possibly help you out in the future. And like, I don't sing from my diaphragm. So if my posture was better, then it would probably be more natural for me to sing from that part of my body. I don't really care about that either, but I do care about making it better for me, But I am trying to see like what works for me and what doesn't. We'll see how it works out. I'm day 2 on actively working on my posture. I'm also day 2 of really not caring about working on my posture. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. But yeah. I'm really just getting a good look at this dress because, like I said, I don't have a mirror, and this is the first time I've been able to see it full length. I was worried about wearing it because I'm used to things with like actual necklines happening, but I've gotten several good compliments from this dress before I was able to even really see it myself. But I wouldn't have worn it if I didn't feel like I liked the way I feel in it. And I did take a couple of pictures that I need to put up on Instagram. But I have to go through them and see if I like take out some that I don't like. I don't normally take out too many though, because obviously I'd be putting up like 3 different albums of like 10 pictures and stuff because I just have fun with it. And I'm just like playing music while I'm doing it. I'm like, click. But I don't know how to pose when I'm actually taking a picture. But in real life, I am a pose. It doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, I'm a lot cooler in real life. That's all I can really say. Like, I'm more, it's just more authentic to me in general. So that's something that really stands out. It's like, oh, you're posing for a picture. And I've never been the one to pose for pictures in general because I just didn't take pictures. We heard that whole spiel. Seriously, like I said, like I don't know if I'm getting attacked or not. Oh yeah, I like this dress. We're gonna keep coming back to it because I'm looking at it. Because it has like a little snap that holds your bra in place. I've never seen that before. I think that's adorable. I think it's absolutely adorable. And I'm just tired. I don't really have anything to say. I don't want to pull out my cards right now because I feel like that's a cop-out. If I had the cards and I was ready for the cards, then it would be the cards. But what's wrong with having a conversation about absolutely nothing? That's how life should be, honestly. But not like absolutely nothing. Like, once you get past the important stuff, it's easy to have a good conversation about stuff that actually matters to you. And to me, like, everything I choose to actually talk about, it matters to me. Like the fact that I keep coming back to this dress, it matters. So I keep talking about it. But other than that, I don't know how much I actually, like, have to say. And I feel like that's something that I normally just say out loud when I don't have anything to say, because that in itself is its own thing to say, because so much comes from that as well. Like, I really don't have anything to say, but I always have so much to say, I'm sure. Just like a woman. I've been thinking about a lot of things lately. I guess I could say that I've been thinking about everything a lot lately, but primarily, like, I think of myself first. But that was my headphones. Oh, see, yeah, things like that. When I'm by myself, like, it is really easy to like trigger me with stuff for sure. And it's like little things, like what you just saw. Like, my headphone touched my leg, and I thought it was a bug, because that was a traumatic time in my life too. Summertime in Fresno. It hits so different when you're actually outside in the elements. It's just not. And it's not even as bad as other people have it because I'm always in nature, but that was precisely why. That was precisely why. I'm not going to talk about these things, though, because I don't want to manifest them. I'm okay with things being alive and being happy, but I would like for them to work together and not try to, eat me, annoy me, touch me. I'm like that giraffe from Madagascar. Oh, nature, get it off me. But like, he's a giraffe, straight up, like, straight up, get it? That's funny. Stop. Some jokes are funny. It doesn't matter what they sound like. I don't care. If you don't laugh at your own jokes, who will? Oh, goodness. I needed that. That's good. Because we've really been like having funny jokes and God listens to them, but it's different putting it on the internet. It really is. It really is. And he's funny back. He'll throw a joke back and I'm like, but it would definitely be a joke that you would think that I would make, but it wasn't. It definitely wasn't. I love humor. Oh, yeah. I guess I've been thinking a lot about love, just in different ways. I'm deciding on how much to really talk about it. Because there are different... As you already know, my path is very... I don't even know how to explain it. It has its perks, and it definitely has its perks. It definitely has its more heartbreaking type of situations. And I don't want to tell too much because each situation is very special to me because, excuse me, as a woman who gets confessed to often, it really astounds me how many people actually trust me enough to like confess to me, you know? And I think it's even more beautiful the way that we have to tell them that we don't want to be with them. And like in the way that we do it, it's straight up savage. I'm not gonna lie. It is straight up savage. But it's because it's so honest and sweet at the same time. You would have wanted somebody to just cuss you out because they thought you were gross. They'd be like, dang, I didn't think it was gonna be that bad. But it must not be that bad because a lot of people keep trying. So, like the same person, like the same people, and I admire that courage, to be honest. I feel like everybody really needs to just get it out there. If you love someone, tell them. If you really feel like you need to be with someone, let them know. And so therefore, I'm really happy that I was the one to receive those, confessions of love and of admiration, because there are different levels. A lot of people are in love, and a lot of people just see me as different, and they want to be a part of that. And a lot of people actually see me for who I am, and they're like, no, 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 no. Things can definitely change. And I'm like, all right. But I'm not going to change my mind, and I'll tell you that straight to your face, and I'll tell them, like, I know my path, and I know what I want out of life, and so I don't settle. And in the time that I did, I tried to settle. I didn't try to settle. I wouldn't use it as that. I didn't try to settle, but I think in my mind, I really knew. Oh, nothing.
No, that's you.
Oh, it's not open?
Yes, not open. Oh, come on.
Have a blessed day. Thank you. That's good. We got a water bottle. We've been needing a water bottle. And some people like to try to give you water bottles that are not, like, closed. Like, you don't deserve to have a, clean water bottle, and it's a big water bottle. Praise the Lord, thank you. I prayed to that because a water bottle really helps you out on your journey in general. Like, having a water bottle, not just to drink water, but, like, to clean yourself, like, that's universal. You should keep one. And the reason we don't have one is because we switched it out of our energy. Like, we've been switching out bottles and stuff like that from the beginning. But these were, like, more like, okay, really switch out your bottle. So, good. I don't like stagnant energy. But what was I saying? I know what I was saying. So people were... I just admire it. Because it really, sometimes I don't understand why people feel a certain way about me, because I not do my best. I react to people's energy in the way that is best to react in their energy. I treat people as they want to be treated. I treat them according to their energy, not anybody else's, not a group of people, even if I see similarities, but then they start giving those similarities back, and I'm like, okay, we'll just see what the variances are in this person, because every time we meet a different vibration of someone, it's someone that has a higher vibration of a character type or a specific person that we see progress in our lives. Like, I'll be specific. because I can be, because it is a part of my life, right? I've met maybe 3 to 4 different Marias in my life, and they all act the same. Just one has a higher vibration of the other. One likes me more than the other and chooses to show it, or quite the opposite sometimes. It depends on which one it was. And so but they act the same. They really do. And they don't always have to have the same name, but specifically that one. And then I can't really come up with any other examples of the same name type, because it's mainly just I've met different types of, I can't even really use names in this, because I don't want everybody just being like, oh, she called me out. And it's just like, no. But the people that I've met in the past, like in my workplace, I would meet different vibrations of those people going down my journey, like down my path. And I was able to understand more why those people operate the way they do, because I already ran into them. And nobody likes to be the same as anybody else, but when you choose to live in your light, you continue to add your own individuality, because you are an individual. But if you choose to, stay into your fear-based ego self, then you do tend to look like everybody else. And I posed this question to somebody, and they got offended but they came to me, and they really came to me to get offended. It didn't make any sense. Like, I was minding my own business. They popped up and started talking to me and asked me questions. I thought we were going to have a spiritual talk about God. That's what I thought we were going to talk about, but that's not. She didn't like the knowledge that came out my mouth at all, because she was like, it's like one of those fake woke people. That's really the thing. Like, you can be woke to a certain extent, but like, it's those people that are like, I'm gonna go and pick on this person because I feel like, one, I can learn something from them, but I know I'm gonna get triggered when I learn something from them, because I'm supposed to be the one that knows everything. And on top of that, I'm gonna, not like this person. So, like, probably not operating fully in their light whatsoever. And I learned more after that, more about that person afterwards. So that is very true. But I didn't see it coming. Sometimes I never see it coming. Like, I never see it coming from that person. Like, that fake woke really does act as a pretense in energy. And I'm just like, oh, this person gets it. So yeah, I told that person, I said, do you ever notice how some people look almost exactly alike? And I do mean, and I said it because it's more specific than that, and I had said it, but I was basically like, it's like, remember when you were a kid, right? And then there was that girl in your class, the same age as you at that time, right? And then you're working, fast forward, you're working in a job or something, and somebody comes up and it's a girl that looks exactly like that girl in that time, in that age. Or you'll notice how certain people look a different way, but they look exactly the same. But like, there's maybe like one variance, like maybe they have one little wrinkle that's a little bit different, maybe. And I don't mean like twins. And some people might say they notice, some people might say that they do not. And it is because it's based on what vibration you're living in. Because everybody does have individualistic characteristics to themselves. Nobody looks the same. Even impersonators don't really look the same. But that being said, if you choose to live in a lower vibration, your body doesn't go through a spiritual somebody called it a spiritual surgery, and I was like, that's the first time somebody ever really addressed that, because I know exactly what happened. Like, I know that happened. Like, my body looks better, my face looks better, my hair looks better, I'm better, like all these good things that changed on my outer appearance, and it really was because my spirituality, like, you know. And I also will say that often. I'm like, spirituality did that. Oh, what do you have to blame? Spirituality. Or I'll just say God. Like, that is like the whole reason for my change, and it really was spirituality. And you'll notice how other people will probably be like shrouded with a little bit of darkness because they're not living in their light, which is why it makes it easy for me to see who is in their light and who is refusing to be in their light and who isn't in their light. Who is in their light, who's refusing to be in their light, and who isn't. Yeah, that makes sense. So, bringing this back to the confession situation, with the people confessing to me, I did try to be with someone different other than my twin, and I thought that it would be a good idea because in my mind, all I want is communication. So that being said, I was like, so does this mean that I should move on? Because if I'm expecting something from this person and he's really choosing not to do different, which in my heart of hearts, it's really hard for me to feel that way because I know better. But as a human in this human world and experience, ain't nothing happened. And so I was confused because I'm just like, what if I'm holding myself back from love? And not only that, I know that the people I've met, I'm sorry, like, there's animals crawling on me, so you're just gonna see me get up in there. Like, it needs to happen. But like, I was just like, not only am I open to love in its own way, I'm only open to the right type of love. However, I feel like I'm closing the door on anybody possibly giving me better love than that person. So does that mean that I should actually try harder? And in my mind, I was thinking also, because I didn't know that I was in love with this person when I met him. There were so many different things that were different in the first place, which I should have just listened to in the first place, to myself, to be honest. But there were so many differences in the way everything started with our relationship to begin with. And I also had a false twin situation. I would say situation because we never dated. Nothing went forward with that because Spirit was like, do you really like this person? And I was like, you know what? I would rather be single because I'm actually happy being single, doing my own thing for once. And that never was a thing. And so that's when I met my actual twin. And so then now you hear in the world when these types of things happen, like our situation, you would hear it and they would be like, oh, he's sleeping around with other girls and stuff like that. And like, it irritates me to hear people talk about him like that. And as much as I trust him in the situation, you know, something did happen where I wasn't okay with it whatsoever, so I had to leave the situation. And we actually did have to split, like for however long it was to be split. And so I was just like, what if I am lying to myself and I am, you know, holding myself back from manifesting something that's better for me simply by believing and dead set, actually. Like, as much as I've, you know, maybe went back and forth on the idea of giving up on him, because I had to actively give up on him multiple times in order to like choose myself. But this time it was like, what if I'm just not giving another connection any type of choice because of the fact that that relationship is so perfect? And people will say was, but no, it's, you know, to me, I see things differently. And so I was just like, you know what? I'm not going to do it with anybody that I've met before up until this point. So God, when you want to change my mind, bring me somebody to change my mind. Because I'm like, I want to live my life to the fullest. And I'm really not the type of person to really hang around for someone else. However, I have been in situations where I felt otherwise. Like, it wasn't Like it was unrequited love, to be honest. But I did it to myself, to be honest. I did it to myself. I don't blame those people. But I did fall in love with them, and so I was like, I just got to be honest with myself in order to live my life. And so this person came through, and I met him, and it was random, and this was way after I had even said that, and I ended up dating him accidentally. I will say accidentally. It definitely was accidentally. I didn't walk into the situation armed. It's like God was just like, all right, time for you to let your guards down, because I always have them up. I really do, when it comes to people trying to be in some type of romantic relationship with me, because that's not what I want, and I already know when I look at someone that I'm not interested. And so when I brought up that other story about with the fake woke person, it was so interesting because I don't believe this person was fake woke whatsoever, but their energy presented to me as he is hitting all the right buttons and he is a cute boy. But I'm gonna give him a hard time because I'm not even, like, I wasn't sold on actually doing too much with this person. I just knew that for once, I'm not going to shoot down having a good afternoon with someone eating tacos, like straight up. And so that did end up, we dated for 3 days. And each day I felt like I needed to make sure that I was seeing him for him and not comparing him to my person. And giving him an honest, fair chance and giving myself an honest, fair chance. And even though I knew the answer throughout the whole thing, I don't even want to say that I'm really glad that it happened. I'm glad it was with that person. I'm even more glad that I learned that I was wrong to even go out with that person for the 3 days that we went out. And it really did feel like a betrayal. Like my body felt like I was just betraying my person. And I think that has a lot to do with my sacral chakra, because that is where women carry their power. And that's a big deal to me in general. Like, sex with this person is amazing. So, I don't want to say he ruined sex for me, because that's not true, because that would imply that, that I would want to do something with someone else, or that someone else has done, but like it really was that one person, and I waited so long in order to get that out of my system. I think I really did have to get it out of my system, and I think it really was karma, because I think he had the same thought, like maybe I could be basic and maybe it'll just go away, maybe the whole situation will go away. And so I think it was karma, even though I would much have rather not be about that. And I do think about it very often. Not very often, because I had to forgive myself for it, because genuinely I never wanted to be in that situation. And I didn't do it to get back at anybody. It was really me taking a chance on myself and seeing if this was better for me than, waiting for someone that isn't putting in the effort like I'm putting in the effort in my life, And so that is what I've been thinking a lot about, simply because I do think back to it and I'm like, I can't change the past. So, gotta let that go, honestly. But at the same time, the fact that there has been no communication, but I know too much to not know anything, that irritates me, because it's like I could know everything, but I don't. And that's where the communication comes in, to where like there has been none. And I know that I'm not going to be the one that has to do something, or I would have been already. And honestly, I've said it in a couple of videos, like me doing what I'm doing is technically a call. But like the act of communicating doesn't take any type of monetary value whatsoever. And I've just been thinking about that. But I have been rooting this person on, but I've really been focusing on myself, because that helps them focus on themselves. But not because of that, but because like I'm genuinely in a place where I am done with this whole era of life. Like I'm ready for more. I've already extracted change in my life, and I'm really happy about that. And excuse me. And day by day, my life changes for the better, and I'm very happy to finally be at this point, because it's always like that, but it really is not always like that. Like, there's degree of change, right? So I'm really happy to finally be a part of where things actually my human self wants to be a part of. I'm putting on my sock, and I really hope like nobody else can see my underwear, because like I looked up and this dude is looking at me from a bench, and then as soon as I looked, he turned around. I'm not a stripper, but modesty is not necessarily in the house anymore. It used to be. It's not modest, but it's definitely not as modest as I used to be. Like, I used to wear like long sleeve turtlenecks all the time, and I liked them. I thought they were cute. I always looked cute. I just, you just wouldn't see me wearing like a tank top without wearing a jacket or a sweater. I was a sweater girl, not a jacket girl, so that's a lie. But yeah, this is about to get cut off, so I'm gonna cut it off. I hope that helps somebody out that's also in a situation like me, because the world will really tell you that your nigga ain't shit. But you know better, but know if you know better. Look at the red flags and recognize where all of them are, so that you can understand where they are and if those are the only ones. And, red flags are red flags, so you do have to pay attention to them. But someone reacting out of fear and having to fix a couple of things is a lot different from they're really not about to love you the right way. Like, our love is very complete. The fact that I even still love the boy really means that. So, anyway, check yourself so that you can check your whole situation.